Zambia is standing at a turning point, a moment that could shape the future for decades. President Hakainde Hichilema, better known as HH, has just unveiled what's being called the Gomba deal. Some say it's the boldest economic and political strategy in Zambia's history, one that could finally lift the nation out of debt, create jobs, and reset Zambia's place on the world stage. But not everyone is celebrating. Behind closed doors, whispers of fear are growing louder. Why? Because the Gomba deal doesn't just bring opportunity, it threatens the old order. The Lungu family, already struggling with humiliation, legal troubles, and burial controversies, reportedly see this plan as a direct challenge to their legacy. So here's the question. Will HH's Gomba deal transform Zambia into a success story or spark an even bigger political war? And why are powerful families, from Edgar Lungu's circle to international players, so worried about what's coming? Stay tuned, because what we're about to reveal will shock you. Welcome to InspirAfrica Official, your home for Zambia's biggest political stories, explosive revelations, and the untold truths shaping Africa's future. Today, we uncover the full story behind HH's so-called Gomba deal. Supporters claim it will change Zambia's economy for good, reduce corruption, and bring global investors back to Lusaka. Critics, however, say it hides dangerous secrets that could shift power away from old political families like the Lungus, sparking new battles in Zambia's fragile political landscape. And here's the twist. This isn't just about Zambia. International players from South Africa to the US, UK, and China are all watching closely because the Gomba deal could redraw alliances across Africa. So stick with us, because what we reveal in this video will explain why HH's Gomba strategy has the power to transform Zambia and why the Lungu family may have the most to lose. Stay with us for the full breakdown of what the Gomba deal means for Zambia's future and why it could spark the biggest political showdown since Lungu's fall from power. The deal nobody saw coming, it happened quietly. No breaking news, no live coverage. Behind closed doors in Lusaka, President Hakainde Hichilema signed what many now call the most ambitious mining deal in Zambia's history, the Gomba Agreement. But what's inside this deal? And why are some people already calling it a game changer, while others whisper it's a ticking time bomb? At first glance, the deal looks like a breakthrough. Billions of dollars in investment, promises of jobs, and Zambia finally stepping into the global spotlight as a major supplier of copper and rare minerals. For a country long trapped in cycles of debt and missed opportunities, this sounds like the dream. But here's the twist. The details of the contract were not made public immediately. Who really owns what? How much profit will stay in Zambia, and how much will quietly leave through foreign investors? That secrecy has fueled suspicion. And then came the shock. Insiders revealed that this agreement could completely change how Zambia's mining wealth is controlled. For decades, powerful families and political elites benefited from hidden networks around the mines. But with Gomba, that system may collapse. No wonder the Lungu family is suddenly worried. Is HH rewriting Zambia's economic destiny, or creating a new storm of corruption and foreign control? The answer lies buried in the fine print of this deal. In our next video, we dive into billions beneath the soil, uncovering the true riches of Gomba and why the world is suddenly watching Zambia so closely. Billions beneath the soil, deep under the ground in Gomba, lies a fortune. Copper, cobalt, and rare minerals, resources the world is desperate for in the age of electric cars and green technology. Experts say this single mine could pump billions into Zambia's economy. But the real question is, who will actually get the money? From the outside, it looks like hope. New jobs, modern roads, better schools, and finally a chance for ordinary Zambians to benefit from their own land. That's the promise. But if history has taught us anything, it's this. Where there is treasure, there is also greed. For years, Zambia's mines have been controlled by foreign giants and powerful families. Profits flew abroad, while villages near the mines were left with dust, broken promises, and poisoned rivers. Could Gomba be different? Or is it just another story where the wealth of the soil is stolen before it reaches the people? And here's the twist. Insiders claim that what's buried in Gomba isn't just copper and cobalt. Hidden surveys reveal rare earth minerals, the kind used in smartphones, fighter jets, and even space technology. That means this mine isn't just valuable, it's strategic. Whoever controls it could control Zambia's future. But as whispers grow, the fight for ownership has already begun. Elites, corporations, and political families are circling like vultures. So, will this mine save Zambia or trap it in new chains of dependency? In our next video, we uncover the family fear factor, why the Lungu family is suddenly restless, and how Mingamba could destroy their hidden empire. The Lungu family's silent panic behind closed doors. Whispers are spreading. The Lungu family is worried. Not about politics, not about legacy, but about money, influence, and survival. The Mingamba mining deal, championed by President HH, is not just a business contract. It's a direct hit at the networks of power that once made the Lungu Empire untouchable. For years, critics say the family quietly built its strength through backroom deals in mining and energy. Profits, land rights, and access to foreign investors gave them wealth beyond imagination. And while ordinary Zambians struggled with rising prices, the inner circle lived in luxury. But with HH's bold reforms, the system that shielded them is cracking. So here's the question: what exactly are they afraid of? Sources claim Mingamba could shift control of Zambia's most strategic minerals into new hands that the Lungu family cannot reach. That means fewer deals, less leverage, and no easy way to finance their political comeback. But there's more. Some insiders believe the deal could even expose past contracts, unmasking how much the family really gained during their years in power. If that happens, the panic could turn into desperation. And desperation in politics can be dangerous. So, is this the beginning of the end for the Lungu dynasty? Or will they fight back in ways no one expects? In our next video, we uncover the global rush, how China, the US, and Europe are circling Mingamba, and why Zambia has suddenly become the center of a global power struggle. Foreign hands in the pit. The race is on. From Beijing to Washington, foreign powers are circling around one place, the Mingamba mine. Why? Because beneath Zambia's soil lies the copper, cobalt, and rare earths that fuel the modern world. Whoever controls Mingamba doesn't just control wealth, they control the future of global technology. China has already shown its hand. State-owned giants are offering huge loans and promising new infrastructure. Roads, hospitals, even power plants, all tied to mining rights. But history has taught us something. When the loans come, so does the debt. Could Zambia fall into the same trap as other African nations caught in China's grip? On the other side, Western corporations are moving quietly. They speak the language of partnership and sustainability, but behind the curtain their goal is the same: secure the minerals at the lowest cost, keep control, and protect their global industries. This leaves Zambia in the middle of a high-stakes tug-of-war. If the country plays its cards right, Mingamba could be the key to economic freedom. But if it bows to pressure, it risks repeating the painful cycle of exploitation, a modern version of the colonial resource drain. So, who will win this battle for the pit? And more importantly, who will lose? In our next video, we explore the price of progress, how promises of jobs and development could clash with the voices of local communities living in the shadow of the mine. The Parliament showdown shouts, anger, and walkouts. Zambia's parliament has become a battlefield. The Mingamba mining deal has sparked one of the fiercest debates in recent years. On one side, opposition MPs accuse President HH of selling the nation's soul to foreign powers. On the other, his allies defend the deal as Zambia's golden ticket to prosperity. But who is telling the truth? Inside the chamber, words cut like knives. This is not development, critics argue. It is surrender. They point to the secrecy of the deal, asking why the details are hidden from the public. If the agreement is truly good for Zambia, why the silence? But HH's supporters fire back. They argue the country cannot keep repeating the mistakes of the past, watching opportunities slip away while politicians fight. To them, Mingamba is the first real chance to put Zambia on the global map as a supplier of critical minerals. Yet the questions refuse to go away. Who really owns the mine? How much wealth will stay in Zambia, and how much will fly overseas? And perhaps the biggest question of all, will ordinary citizens ever feel the impact in their daily lives, or will it remain numbers on paper? One thing is clear: this showdown is far from over. It has become more than just a mining debate. It is now a fight over Zambia's future. In our next video, we dive into the people's verdict, what ordinary Zambians are saying on the streets, and how their voices could change the course of this deal. Communities on the edge in the villages near Mingamba, hope and fear walk side by side. For many families, the promise of new jobs sounds like a dream. Young people imagine steady work, better schools, and a future free from poverty. But beneath that hope, there is deep worry, because every mine in Zambia has told this story before. Farmers whisper about losing their land. Mothers fear polluted rivers that once gave them clean water. Elders remember past projects where big promises ended in betrayal, leaving behind only dust and sickness. Will Mingamba be different, or is history about to repeat itself? One villager put simply, they tell us we will get jobs. But what if they take the land first? That question hangs heavy over the communities living in the shadow of the mine. Meanwhile, company officials paint a picture of progress. New clinics, roads, and schools, all tied to the project. But the people ask, when will these promises actually reach us? Because too often, progress in Zambia's mines has meant wealth for the few and struggle for the many. The voices of these villagers may seem small, but they hold the power to shake the entire deal. If their anger grows, Mingamba could face protests, lawsuits, or even collapse before it begins. So, will this mine truly bring hope, or will it become another chapter of broken dreams? In our next video, we reveal the hidden papers, leaked documents that may finally expose the truth about who really profits from Mingamba. Money, power, and secrets. Where there's money, there is always a trail. And in the case of the Mingamba mine, that trail may lead straight into the shadows of politics. Billions of dollars are at stake, but it's not just about copper and cobalt. It's about campaign funds, hidden accounts, and business networks that quietly shaped Zambia's leadership for years. Insiders whisper that the deal could unmask who really benefited from past mining contracts. Was it the people of Zambia, or was it the few with powerful last names? This is why the Lungu family, once untouchable, now appears restless. If new audits or disclosures come to light, the flow of money that once secured their influence could be cut off. But here's the twist, it's not just the Lungus. Rumors suggest that hidden business ties link foreign companies to both ruling and opposition figures. If exposed, these connections could shake the very foundation of Zambian politics. Imagine politicians shouting in parliament by day and sharing profits behind the scenes at night. For HH, the challenge is clear. He promised transparency. But can he keep that promise without opening old wounds that involve powerful allies and dangerous enemies? So the question remains, will the Mingamba deal shine a light on corruption, or will it bury the truth even deeper? In our next video, we explore judgment beyond the court, how the final decision on this deal could redefine not only Zambia's economy, but also its entire justice system. Zambia at the crossroads. Zambia stands on the edge of history. The Mingamba mine could unlock billions, create jobs, and finally turn the nation's resources into real prosperity. But here's the haunting question. Is this the road to transformation, or just another trap dressed up as progress? From copper booms to IMF bailouts, Zambia has walked this road before. Each time, hope was high. And each time, corruption, debt, and broken promises pulled the country back down. Now, with Mingamba, the same fears rise again. Will this deal be different, or will it end the same way? Wealth for the few, struggles for the many? But there's another layer. The ghosts of past leaders still cast long shadows. Edgar Lungu's networks, Rupiah Banda's legacy, even the spirit of Kenneth Konda's warnings, they all echo in today's choices. Can HH break free from that past, or will old power circles quietly shape the future of this deal? For ordinary Zambians, the question is simple. Will they see the benefits in their homes, their schools, their hospitals? Or will the riches of Mingamba vanish into foreign accounts and elite hands once again? This is Zambia at the crossroads. One path leads to growth and pride. The other leads to betrayal and regret. The choice is here. But who will decide which way the country goes? In our next video, we begin a brand new series, Africa's Resource Wars, where we reveal how battles for minerals are reshaping power across the continent.